Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this lecture, I am solving problem 11.9 from the book Fundamental of Heat and Mass Transfer by Incropera 7th edition. So the statement of the problem is a fin tube cross flow heat exchanger. Cross flow heat exchanger means that one fluid is from one side and other fluid is from other side. Is to use the exhaust of a gas turbine to heat pressurized water. It means that we know that the exhaust from turbine temperature is very high and the temperature of water is low. So we will have to heat the water with the help of the exhaust of gas turbine. Liberty measurements are performed on prototype version of the exchanger, which has a surface area of heat exchanger is 10 square meter. To determine the overall heat transfer coefficient as a function of operating condition, measurement made under particular condition for which m dot h mean mass flow rate of hard gases from the turbine is 2 kg per second, and thi mean temperature of hard gases inlet is equal to 325 degrees centigrade, which in Kelvin add 273 to convert into Kelvin, which is equal to 598 Kelvin. M dot C mean mass of the water, mass of the cold water, mass flow rate of the cold water, which is 0.5 kilogram per second. Tci is equal to T temperature of cold water inlet is equal to 25 degrees centigrade, which in Kelvin is 298 Kelvin. Reveal a water outlet temperature of cold water, TCO, temperature of cold water outlet after heating. From 25 degrees centigrade it convert to 150 degrees centigrade, and in Kelvin this equal to 423 Kelvin. What is the overall heat transfer coefficient of the heat exchanger? So required is to find overall heat transfer coefficient. So overall heat transfer coefficient denoted by capital U. This is required. So here we start solution. So for the cross flow heat exchanger, if we find the overall heat coefficient, so NTU is equal to, the formula for NTU is equal to UA divided by C minimum. So NTU is basically number of transfer units. Number of transfer unit. U is overall heat transfer coefficient, A is area, and C minimum is minimum heat capacity. So to find U, we have to find NTU, A, and C minimum. So we can easily find C minimum. Area is given to us, and we will find NTU from the graph. From this graph, figure 11.15, we will find the number of transfer unit NTU. So here to find NTU, we have to find effectiveness of heat exchanger, and second the ratio of this value, C minimum divided by C maximum, mean C minimum heat capacity ratio CR. So first we have to find C minimum, C maximum. Then with the help of C minimum and C maximum, we have to find CR, heat capacity ratio. CR is equal to C minimum divided by C maximum. And then we have to find effectiveness. Effectiveness is equal to heat transfer divided by maximum heat transfer. So if we find Cr from this formula and effectiveness from this formula, then we can easily find NTU. And when we find NTU, then we can find easily overall heat transfer. So first we calculated the heat capacity. So in solution, first we calculate a heat capacity. So heat capacity is equal to mass flow rate multiplied by specific heat capacity. Mass flow rate multiplied by specific heat capacity. So here this is not given to us, but we know that heat capacity per cold water is equal to 4203 joule per 4.203 kilojoule per kilogram per Kelvin. 4.203 kilojoule per kilogram per Kelvin, and specific heat capacity per hot water is equal to 1.04 kilojoule per kilogram per Kelvin. Now first we find the heat capacity with the help of specific heat capacity. So heat capacity per hot water is equal to mass flow rate of hot water and specific heat capacity of hot water. So mass flow rate of hot water is equal to 2 kilogram per second, and specific heat capacity is 1.04 kilojoule per kilogram per Kelvin. So heat capacity per hot water is equal to 2.08 kilojoule, sorry, kilogram will be cancelled with kilogram. Joule per second is equal to watt, so this is kilowatt per Kelvin. 2.08 kilowatt per Kelvin. Similarly, heat capacity per cold water is equal to mass flow rate of cold water and specific heat capacity of cold water, which is equal to mass flow rate of cold water is 0.5 kilogram per second, and heat capacity, specific heat capacity per cold water is equal to 4.203 kilojoule per kilogram per Kelvin. So heat capacity per cold water is equal to 2.1015 kilowatt per Kelvin. Kilogram will be cancelled with kilogram. Joule per second is equal to watt, so this is kilowatt per Kelvin. Now in CH and CC, the value of CC is maximum 2.1 and the value of CH is minimum 2.0. It means that so C maximum is equal to 2.1015 kilowatt per Kelvin and C minimum is equal to 2.08 kilowatt per Kelvin. Now we can find easily heat capacity ratio. Now heat capacity ratio is equal to, heat capacity ratio is denoted by CR is equal to C minimum divided by C maximum. So C minimum is equal to 2.08 kilowatt per Kelvin divided by 2.1015 kilowatt per Kelvin. Kilowatt per Kelvin will be cancelled, and heat capacity ratio is equal to 0.989, or if we round this will be equal to 0.99. This is the heat capacity ratio. Now this value is now known to us, CR. We calculate CR. Now we calculate effectiveness. So for effectiveness, first we find Q and then we find Q maximum. So for now we calculate Q. So Q is equal to heat transfer is equal to Cc heat capacity into temperature of cold water outlet minus temperature of cold water inlet. We find Q with the help of cold temperatures, cold water inlet temperature and cold water outlet temperature. Because hot water inlet temperature is given to us, but hot water outlet temperature is not given to us, so we use this formula. In both cases Q will be equal. So Q is equal to heat capacity of cold water is equal to 21015 kilowatt per Kelvin, and to temperature of cold water is 423 Kelvin, and temperature of cold water inlet is 298 Kelvin. So Q is equal to, Kelvin will be cancelled with Kelvin. Now simplify this, which will be equal to 262.69 Kelvin. 262.69 kilowatt. Now we find now Q maximum. Q maximum. This is C minimum into THI minus T cold water inlet. Why we use C minimum? Because Q maximum means maximum heat transfer and C minimum is minimum heat capacity. When heat capacity will be low, then heat transfer will be maximum. So for C minimum, the value of Q will be maximum. We cannot put C maximum because if 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 a heat exchanger store heat, then store more heat, then it will be transfer less heat. So it means that per Q maximum we will put C minimum, and THI is the maximum temperature and TCO is the minimum temperature in this case. So we put C minimum and THI minus TCO. So Q maximum is equal to C minimum is, the value per C minimum is 2.08 kilowatt per Kelvin. The value of THI inlet hot temperature is 598 Kelvin minus TCO. TCI, not TCO. Inlet temperature is minimum temperature. Inlet water temperature. So this is basically 298 Kelvin. So Kelvin will be cancelled with Kelvin. 598 minus 298 is 300 multiplied by 2.08. So the value of maximum heat transfer will be equal to 624 kilowatt. Now we can find effectiveness. So effectiveness is equal to heat transfer divided by maximum heat transfer. So this is equal to 0.4209, almost 0.421 or 0.4209. Now this is the value of effectiveness. Now we can easily find, put here values, but first put here values. So Q divided by Q maximum, the value of Q is 262.69 kilowatt divided by 624 kilowatt. So effectiveness is equal to 0.4209. Now with the help of heat capacity ratio and effectiveness, we can calculate NTU, number of transfer unit. Now from figure 11.15 from the book 8 heat capacity ratio is equal to 0.99 and effectiveness is equal to 0.4209. Find the value of NTU. So go to the figure 11.15. This is figure 11.15. Now this is the value of effect. This is effectiveness. So effectiveness is 0.42. So this value is 0.4. So little above 0.4 is 0.2. So draw straight horizontal line from 0.42. Now these values are, these graphs are, these red graphs are for the red lines are for the uh, heat capacity ratio. This line is for 0.1 for 1, which is equal to 0.99, which is approximately equal to 0.99. So little below this value, draw a vertical line on the NTU. So I draw from this point a straight vertical line. So it intersects the NTU horizontal axis at approximately equal to 0.8 or 0.81. So it means that the value of NTU is approximately equal to 0.81. You can also put 0.8. So now we can easily find the value of overall heat transfer, because now all values are known to us. Now as NTU, number of transfer unit, is equal to U multiplied by A divided by C minimum. So we have to find U. So rearrange this equation for U. U is equal to number of transfer unit multiplied by C minimum divided by heat exchanger area. So NTU is 0.81 multiply by C minimum. So C minimum is equal to 2.08 kilowatt. So we can write this as 2080 watt multiplied by 1000. So this is 2080 watt, and area of heat exchanger is 10 square meter. So simplify this. So the value of overall heat transfer coefficient is 168.48, and watt, this is watt kilowatt per Kelvin. So this is watt per Kelvin. So watt per square meter per Kelvin. So this is the final answer of overall heat transfer coefficient, and this is the end of the problem. And for more problems, please like and subscribe my YouTube channel and share with your friends. Thank you.